Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. Film sam gledao u bioskopu. Pa, drago mi je bilo da sam video onu glumačku ekipu ponovo, većinu njih barem. Film je bio okej, mogo je biti bolji. Po mom mišljenju mogli su da izbace neke stvari da bi film bio bolji. Mislim da je bilo previše karaktera, ali okej za pogledati, pogotovo za fanove prvog dela. Danas ćemo reagovati na ovaj film, ali kroz dva video zapisa. Moja dva omiljena zafrkanta što se tiče filmova. Video zapisi su kratki, tako da ćemo oba ubaciti u ovaj video, pa da čujemo šta imaju da kažu.
Tim Burton has taken you across the country, over to Gotham City, and deep into the uncanny valley. Now, get ready for his final destination.
Ne, imao je stvarno dobre filmove i šta više posle Srede koju je napravio seriju, mislio sam da će i ovaj film biti jako dobar, međutim nije baš onako dobar kao što sam mislio.
Back to the well.
The juice is loose.
Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. Michael Keaton has ruled American cinemas for 3 decades with a string of
Hvala, jeste, imao je tako poznate uloge, mislim...
audience favorites and Oscar-caliber lead performances. But now, it's time to get paid.
Pa...
Strap in as this icon continues securing the bag for his grandkids' in a whirlwind tour of his classic roles.
Now's my chance.
That despite all the odds, delivered a big hit for David Zaslav.
As we stand here, surrounded by death, let us all make a commitment.
Gina je sjajna, brate. Nju gde god da ubaciš, ona je sjajna. Baš je super ova likuša.
To choose life.
That's how they open Warner Brothers investor calls these days. 30 years after she narrowly avoided becoming a trash demon's child bride, Lydia Deetz has settled in to a life of minor fame.
Lidija se promenila skroz, uopšte nije ista ona Lidija iz prvog dela.
Is your mom Lydia Deetz?
And major neurosis.
Can you stop being a
Sad više podsjeća na svoju mamu, u stvari, iz prvog dela.
freak for like 1 second?
Her daughter is completely
Njena mama je prasla.
over her BS.
She's a delusional fantasist.
Her fiancé speaks in Russell Brand tweets.
Might be easier coming from a non-feminine masculine archetype.
And just like Miss Pac-Man, she spends her time gobbling pills to make the ghost stop chasing her.
Try seeing ghosts.
Da, ona vidi duhove sve, znači, bukvalno ima neki svoj show u vezi toga.
When her dad Charles is written out of the movie for being a /killed by a
Da, to nisam znao da je glumac isto bio optužen za, to što je rekao. Zato nije bio u filmu, to nisam znao.
cartoon shark. Lydia will reunite with her daughter Astrid. Jenna Ortega shines as a Jenna Ortega variant, who's basically Wednesday Addams if she made her own clothes.
Pain and suffering are always inevitable.
She's still reeling from the death of her father, and the fact that she's already been typecast at age 22.
The closest we ever got to Disney was when Astrid dressed as Cinderella's dead mom.
Come on, Lydia. It's never too early to talk to your kids about diversifying their roles. You should know this. Why have 1 or 2 central plots when you could have, like, 5? Try to follow a sequel that's been so long in development hell, it brought back the souls of every spin-off idea along with it. There's Jeremy, the corpse boy next door, who
Da, jako puno karaktera ima, baš je show.
wants to steal Astrid's life for his own.
Ne znam čemu.
Monica Bellucci's Dolores, an undead witch.
Monica Bellucci je totalni višak bila u filmu. Mislim, ja obožavam da je vidim, naravno, kao i svaki muškarac, pretpostavljam, ali ova uloga je bila jako slaba. Budžili tokom filma kao da će biti, ne znam ja što, na kraju samo pojao peščani crv i ništa nije bilo.
Who sucks you dry.
Kako su i Danny DeVito stavili na papel. Ne znam zašto je ubila Boba na kraju, to mi se ne sviđa.
Made up of loose body parts that had to be patched together.
To je zanimljivo.
Because when you're dating Tim Burton, he likes his women just so. Also, hot on everyone's tail is Wolf Jackson, an actor who played a cop when he was alive and now works as a real cop in the afterlife. Only maybe he's still not actually a cop?
You're not a cop. You're an actor.
Thank you, Janet.
In a film that knows you're here to see Beetlejuice, but also knows that less is more with that guy.
Hey, who's Beetlejuice?
Where is he?
Where's Beetlejuice?
But don't worry, you'll get 3 whole minutes more of him than the first movie. And once he's here, it's all just side
Da,
gags and
ni u prvom delu se nije često prikazivao, nije bio prikazivan većinu filma u stvari. Jako malu minutažu ima.
zero actual
Sada ima
storytelling.
3 minuta više.
Can't exactly go through the front door. I felt a little tingle.
I'm not mad at it. Jump back into the netherworld, the bureaucratic nightmare that awaits us all, where even death doesn't free you from waiting in line,
Take a number, take a seat.
going to work, running errands,
We are close!
and keeping up with the news. There are even some fates worse than being sent to hell. Eternal puns.
This is the 835 to the great beyond. All aboard the Soul Train.
Jeez, Tim. I know you got flack for never casting black folks, but not like this, man. Not like this. So resurrect your inner child for yet another trip down memory lane
Da, su se istripovali oko ovoga, to je.
that's content to coast on nostalgia.
Is that Bexy Dean?
Da, totalni nostalgia bait je bio, znači, maltene kao da je svaka scena bila nostalgia bait. Ovo je najgori deo filma. Ovo su trebali makar da skrate, ako ne i da izbace. Pesma koja je trajala pa nekoliko minuta smorila je. Nije bila ni malo toliko zanimljiva kao što su oni mislili da će biti.
But still finds
By the way, ja mrzim muzikle inače, tako da možda sam malo pristrasan.
room for fresh gags. Weird gross out VFX.
Merry Christmas.
Da, i smatram da su specijalni efekti prenabuđeni. Mnogo mi se više sviđalo ono što su radili u prvom delu praktično. Iako možda ne deluje uvek uverljivo, jel? Ali ovo mi je nekako previše. Ne znam šta vi mislite.
Say cheese.
And Willem Dafoe.
Sve mi je to nekako previše. I ona devojka što je radila na recepciji je legendarna devojka i baš je mnogo lepo izgledala. A ovo sada recimo što je na recepciji uopšte me ne interesuje. Samo je prenabuđeno u suštini.
Doing a Texas switch in a graveyard. I mean, honestly, you can't ask for much more than that. Starring Dates Nuts, The Ghosts Have Eyes 3, The Ghostening, Thursday, Pete Davidson in 10 years, Justin, The Roo, Pearl Jam's Jeremy.
I believe you have my stapler.
All cops are actors. Bob, remember, you are my #1 guy. I don't know how many years in this afterlife I got left. I'm gonna get real weird with it. And Baby Choda.
Jesus.
Death Comedy Jam.
Je li to nešto napravljeno već za treći deo? Mala beba Beetlejuice ko će da preuzme ulogu.
30 years can really change people, but Delia has remained exactly the same this whole time.
Sample for my hubby's microbrewery.
Is that for people with tiny houses?
No! Serena, what's wrong? I'm trying to
Da,
capture the
sad je
perfect
još
promise.
luđe.
I know people, I have people! So I died of embarrassment.
Your work's gonna go up and down.
Mada, ja sam nju voleo u prvom delu. Jako.
Well then.
Plus, she left her grandkid
Be
back in
less
Chicago, and there are burglars around.
Ok, odgledali smo Honest trailer, ajde da vidimo šta kaže pitch meeting za ovaj Beetlejuice film, pa da vidimo ko je bio bolje, Honest trailer ili pitch meeting.
So, you have a new Beetlejuice movie for me? Yes, sir, I do. It's been like 35 years since the original, so I figure it's time for a sequel. That actually is perfect, because the kids who grew up with the first movie now have kids of their own. Exactly, because what is culture if not a cyclical regurgitation of itself? That's a beautiful thought, so tell me about this thing. Well, sir, this thing's
Da,
gonna be a
zato što
good...
samo prave remake i ništa više, konstantno. Ono što smo nekad voleli, evo vam opet remake.
Time. First of all, we're bringing back the iconic duo of Tim Burton and Helena Bonham Carter. No, they broke up. Johnny Depp, probably not for a while. Michael Keaton. Exactly. And his new muse, Jenna Ortega. Oh, yeah. She's super popular in that Tim Burton show where she plays an angsty teen who gets a crush on a local boy in a small town who turns out to be a supernatural monster. Right. So in this movie, she's an angsty teen who gets a crush on a local boy in a small town who turns turns out to be a supernatural monster. I feel like people are gonna like that. For some reason, I do too. So what else is going on? Not much, just doing this pitch. What's up with you? No, I mean in the movie. I thought we were friends for a second there. No, dang, okay. Well, Jenna Ortega would play Astrid Dietz, the daughter of Lydia Dietz. She's from the first movie. She is. And Lydia Dietz hosts this paranormal talk show, but she starts seeing Beetlejuice again, so she thinks she's going crazy. Oh, Dietz nuts. And then Lydia's father, Charles, dies, so they, along with Lydia's boyfriend, Rory, have to go back to the Beetlejuice house. Well, killing off that character is a good idea, considering the horrible stuff that actor did. That way we don't have to show that character at all. Oh, we're gonna show the character. We are. A lot in photographs and claymation, walking around with no torso, but still talking. Maybe let's just not include him at all, though? Well, no, he was an important part of the first movie. We can't just
Jeste, bio je otac, mislim, on ih je doveo u tu kuću.
Wave that away. I guess that makes sense. So what about Alec Baldwin and Gina Davis's characters from the first movie? Oh, they're not in this one. We're just gonna hand wave that away. Oh, okay. So anyway, at the wake, Lydia's douche.
A kao oni nisu bili važni, a? Je, samo što su bili glavne uloge.
Boyfriend proposes to her and she's like, I guess? Does she not like him? Doesn't really seem to. So why say yes? Because I want there to be a wedding scene later in the movie. Got it. So anyway, then Wednesday is gonna storm off and meet a local boy and get a little crush. But turns out he's dead. Ooh. And he tells her that if she comes with him to the afterlife, he can get his life back and she'll be able to see her dad who works there. Oh, did her dad take his own life? No. I think we kind of maybe established that people that work down there took their own lives. Hey, shut up. So then it turns out he's evil and he actually just wants to trade his life for her so he can be alive again. Crafty little boy ghosts are tight. So now Lydia calls up Beetlejuice to make a deal that she'll marry him if he helps with Astrid. Wow, well, sounds like all our storylines are in place. This is going to be a good time. Well, no, there's also going to be a storyline where Beetlejuice's ex-wife is trying to find him so she can suck his soul out, which is a thing she does to ghosts. She sucks the souls out of ghosts? Yes, and then there's a dead actor turned cop trying to track her down. Oh, okay. Lydia has a pill addiction. Oh, she does. Her mom Delia's going to end up dying too, and she's trying to track down Charles in the afterlife. Right. Rory only wants to marry Lydia for money. Astrid and Lydia need to fix their mother-daughter relationship. I gotta say, this is kind of a lot of storylines. Are you going to be able to juggle them all well? Sir, come on.
Scena sa policajcem isto viška.
Well, we probably shouldn't do that then. Anyway, so if Ghost Boy gets his passport stamped, he'll go back to the real world and Astrid is toast, so Beetlejuice has to stop that. Is that going to be hard to do? Actually, it's going to be super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? Yeah, see, he pulls a lever and that solves the problem instantly, so that's done. Oh, yeah, see, we're already done with one of the storylines. Just like that, that didn't feel super satisfying. Well, what am I supposed to do? I gotta wrap these up quickly. There are a lot of storylines. You could have less of them. No, so then eventually it's time for the wedding of Rory and Lydia, but Beetlejuice shows up because he wants to marry her. Okay. And then Beetlejuice's ex-wife shows up and that cop guy shows up with his whole squad. Oh, what are these dead cops guys gonna do? Be frozen immediately so they can't interfere with the scene. We followed the cop for the whole movie only to have him frozen in place when it comes time for him to actually do something. Yeah, there's just too many storylines. It's easier if I just freeze them in place for this. You put the plot lines in. I did, yeah. So then Astrid opens up a sandworm portal and a sandworm eats the ex-wife and Rory. So what was the point of having the ex-wife in the movie? Well, she was in the movie. So was the cop guy. Right, but if you took them out, that wouldn't really change anything at all. No, yeah, they don't affect anything at all, but the thing is, they're gonna be in the movie. All right. And then Astrid quickly flips through the handbook for the recently deceased and finds a clause that voids the marriage thing with Beetlejuice. How'd you find that specific article so fast? Speed reader, I guess? I don't care. So then they're able to banish Beetlejuice back to the afterlife, along with those cops who did absolutely nothing. Wow, that all resolved itself pretty quickly and conveniently. Yeah, I did it. Kind of. So what do you think? Well, I mean, we have the nostalgia factor going for us, so if that gimmick still gets people to go to theaters, I think we're in good shape. Fingers crossed.
Dakle, čuli smo i pitch meeting, ja više nekako volim pitch meetinga, mada sam duže gledao Honest trailer, jer mislim da duže i postoji nego pitch meeting. Pitch meeting je nekad bio deo Screen Ranta, a sada je nezavistan. U svakom slučaju, sve su objasnili u vezu filma Beetlejuice i ja sam rekao svoje mišljenje i mislim da stvarno ima jako puno stvari, puno storylina, puno karaktera, nepotrebno puno, da su izbacili policajca i ženu bivšu, kao što su rekli, nikakve promjene ne bi bile i verovatno bi film bio i gledljiviji i kompaktniji, ali to nije zaustavilo fanove prvog filma da odu u bioskope i gledaju film. Zbog čega? Nego zbog nostalgije. Zato što mnogo ljudi je volelo ovaj film, realno. Film je bio super osmišljen, smešan, neobičan, uvrnut i ostaće zapamćen u istoriji kinematografije. Ovaj film je, nažalost, samo nostalgia bait. Ali to je samo moje mišljenje. Ukoliko ste vi gledali ovaj film, šta vi mislite o filmu? Da li vam se svideo? Da li vam je bio dosadan? Da li biste promenili nešto da bi bio bolji? Ili ne biste ništa dirali, bio je sasvim okej. Napišite mi dole u komentarima, baš bi volao da znam vaše mišljenje. Takođe, ukoliko vam se sviđaju ove moje reakcije, nemojte zaboraviti kliknuti na like, kliknite i na subscribe ukoliko želite da pratite moj sadržaj u budućnosti, a bilo bi dobro da aktivirate i notifikaciono zvonce da znate čim izađe moj novi video, bit ćete obavešteni na taj način. Toliko od mene, mi se vidimo u nekoj drugoj reakciji, budite mi dobro, sve naj!